Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to do a little experiment that has to do with what happens when you run cast iron through a dishwasher. Now, the conventional wisdom has always been that you never want to even wash cast iron. You just want to wipe it out and maybe oil it and then return it to service. So as a result, a lot of times when you find cast iron at estate sales or garage sales or stuff like that, they're basically encrusted with filth. And then you end up, with the ghosts of 10,000 ancient meals as part of your cooking. And it's pretty disgusting. Now, the reason that they used to say that is because in the past, the soap that we used to clean dishes had lye in it. And lye will absolutely strip the seasoning off of cast iron. However, modern dishwashing detergents don't do that. So hand washing them is completely safe. But my question is, what happens when you stick it in the dishwasher? Now for this test, we're going to be using this little pan here. It is a vintage Lodge. It is a unmarked 3-notch. It's number 5. And if you take a close look at it, you can see that the seasoning is nowhere near perfect on this. This is definitely a user. It's not something that I'd, take to the county fair or whatever. But what we're going to do is we're going to cook an egg in here. Then we're going to put it in the dishwasher, run it through a cleaning cycle, and then see what it did to the seasoning by cooking another egg. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I apologize in advance if this gets a little jumpy in spots because I'm going to be trading hands back and forth here with the camera. But first of all, let's get this burner going here. Now one of the mistakes people make with all sorts of cast iron cooking is that they run the burner too hot. And this is especially hard on eggs. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this down, and then we're going to put our little 3-notch Lodge on there, and we're going to throw some butter here in the pan. Now I apologize here, I had a technical problem. I've already made one egg, and that file got corrupted, so we're going to do a second one here. So you can see we've got melted butter still in there, and we're at a good temperature, probably too high, so just adjust this down just a little bit. Alright, let's get that second egg in there. You can see that it's releasing pretty nicely there. Alright, let's see if I can turn this. This is a little easier with a bigger pan, but this is painful to watch. I'm so bad at it. Alright, there we go. I managed to do it without breaking the yolk. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Show this sliding around here a little bit. So you can see that's completely loose there in the pan. Alright. I like a nice runny yolk, so I'll take this out and join the one that I did earlier. And then we're going to let this cool down, and then we're going to put it in the dishwasher. Okay, we're back. Those eggs were delicious. So let's get our stuff here in the dishwasher. Plate in there. Here's our cast iron pan. That's just going to go straight on in there like that. And close this up. With a little Cascade dishwasher treat in the dispenser, like so. And set this to start. And get it going. We'll check back in a little bit once it's done and see how it did. Okay, time for the big reveal. Our washing cycle is done. Let's open this up. See what this looks like. Wow. Wow, that looks perfect. It looks like. But wait a minute. Look at how small it is. I mean, look at how little this is. Did this shrink? How is that even possible? I don't understand. Of course, I'm just kidding. This is a 3-notch unmarked Lodge number 3. It's a smaller pan. So let me show you what the real number 5 looks like. Okay, so as you can see, our cycle is done. I haven't peeked in here to see what this looks like. So now it's time to see if this whole thing went horribly wrong. Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so we've got just a little bit of spot rust on there. There's some on the handle too. But I think that a quick wipe down with some fuzzy wax will take care of that just fine. So let me get that out and we'll see. Now, as I said before, this is a 3-notch Lodge. It was made somewhere between 1940 and 1965, and while it's vintage and it's lighter and kind of nicer to use than today's modern Lodge, it's not like super rare or expensive. So even if I totally ruin this, I would not feel bad about it, just because it's something that can be replaced. So I'm gonna take that off real quick. And then really, the handle here was the place with the most spot rust. This is hard to do with one hand while you're holding a camera with the other hand. Alright. So, a little Scotch-Brite there. Got all the flash rust. And it actually looks pretty good. I may not even re-season this before I try it again with another egg. So let me wipe this dry. By the way, this is brought to you by alcohol-fueled bad ideas. Anyway, wipe that down. Okay. Okay, so we're back on the stove now. Got some lovely butter melting there, and yes, I know that this is a lot of butter, but we're going to go old school. We might as well do it right. Okay. This time, we're going to do some scrambled eggs. Just the eggs here. That look nice. And one of the great things about cast iron is that you can take, something metal like this, and you absolutely could not do this in a non-stick pan, because this will destroy the Teflon coating on there. Just scramble it up nice. Firm up a little bit. And the key to making scrambled eggs is always to take them out before you think they're actually done. So there we go. Some nice scrambled eggs. Here's our pan. You can see that nothing's really sticking in there too much. Turn off the heat here. Okay, so I apologize here for the audio being screwed up on this. The camera that I used was it had some problems today. But anyway, let me just let you know what's going on here. Went ahead and rinsed out the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and dry it off here. And you can see that there's a little bit of stuff stuck to the places where the seasoning wasn't all that great. But overall, I mean, it held up really well, all things considered. So I'm pretty happy with this experiment. I think it went better than it had any right to. Now, if you want to see more stuff like this, I suggest that you visit my page, foodbornechillness.com. That's where I keep all my cooking-related stuff, more goofy things like this, articles and that sort of thing. And, drop a like on this video. Let me know what you thought. Here we go. I'm going to dry off the back side of this thing here. Now, once this is dry, I'm going to hit it with this Buzzy Wax, which is it's specifically designed to season cast iron, and it takes very little of it to do it. It just basically you're going to wipe on a really, really thin layer. So let's go ahead and do that then. So I got a little bit of this on a paper towel here. I'm literally just going to wipe this in the hot pan here. Being careful not to burn myself. I'm right-handed. Actually, I should probably switch hands here. There we go. And if you want that to really polymerize, the thing to do is to leave it on the heat until it starts to smoke a little bit, and then let it cool off naturally. Now, the takeaway from this is that really, it's almost impossible to permanently damage cast iron unless you throw it in a fire to clean it, or put it in a self-cleaning oven and run it through the self-clean cycle, or use something mechanical on it like a wire wheel. Really, it's just a case of normal maintenance, and you don't have to live with a crud-covered pan. I've had way too many eggs today, so I'm going to let the tiny kitten and Sebastian finish this one for me. My cholesterol's already sky high.